Well, good afternoon, everyone. It's Craig here again with the Ndamoh Mannah house build here in Sierra Leone, West Africa. Beautiful Kamabai. It's a beautiful day. It was very cloudy today, but the sun is finally come out and shine on us, which is quite a nice thing. So we have this box that we were doing yesterday, and just so you can see how many screws are in this box. Look at all these screws. It's what it takes to hold this together. But Cecil decided that because the red was getting very confusing when we were putting the boxes together, and it's taking us a bit too long to actually put the boxes together, that we got 4 different color spray paints, and each side is marked in a different color. So we got gold, green, blue, and white. And this is the pillar of the dining room and the bathroom over here on the far side of the house here with the bay window for the kitchen. So there's all the boards all marked up in different. So we got 4 tops and 4 bottoms, and they're all marked, so we know what we're doing, and it's going to make things a heck of a lot easier. So today we actually had the fellas from McCaney up here planing the floor, okay, because the floor is a bit uneven, and the boards were just a bit horrendous in certain areas. And this is what we've got now. We've got everything really nice and flat. I call it 90%. I'm going to have to get out here and just play with it a little bit on the last 10%, and we'll probably do the 5% now and the other 5% when we actually put the floor down. So in these general areas here in the great room, you'll see the blue lines. Those are areas that are just a bit low in this area, and we'll come through and just put like little shims underneath the floor just to bring it up just a little bit. It's not going to be a problem, and it's just the way it is. It's a massive project, this, and we're dealing with the boards here in Sierra Leone, which are not perfectly straight, although those ones over there are. Okay, so I requested that those boards are really straight, and they sent me really straight boards. You can see the line down there. They were really straight. They don't have any curve or bend or anything in them. They put them on a ripping machine in a different part of Sierra Leone. They actually had to send these out and send them back to us. So that was all on them. It wasn't anything that I paid for. I requested straight boards, and that's what they had to do. So they did a heck of a lot of work on the floor. I'm just going to poke my head in the crawl space real quick, and you can see the tremendous amount of mess. You know, the last video that we had, the floor was perfect, but look at the floor here now. Look at this. So tomorrow morning, Mr. Bayo and the crew, first thing in the morning, they're going to come out here and clean this mess up. Okay, so this is how much wood actually was shaved off on the planing to actually get the boards flat and straight to 90%. Okay, and it was an undertaking. These guys were here since 6 o'clock this morning when the sun came up, and they just left, and it's about 6:15 right now. So they've been hard at it. It's Ramadan, and a few of these guys are Muslim, and you know, they were struggling a little bit with their energy level, but that's just the way it goes, and they power through it and work through it and do the best they can. Oops, sorry about that. So the guys, the rest of the crew, were actually out here today, and here is the side of the house, and right over here, it's 30 feet from the side of the house is a septic tank, and they're going down 8 feet, and you can see how far they've gone down. Look at this. Look at how far it is. It's quite amazing, isn't it? These guys are pulling all this dirt out of here. It is a big old tough slog. It's a pig of a job. It's not nice, and it's hot out here. There's no shelter, and they're doing a good job. So 8 feet down, they'll square it all up when they're all the way down there, make it all clean and tidy. We'll come through with the board and fill it all with concrete on the edges to 8 inches and do the floor, and come back and pour the lid that goes over the top of this and put all the essentials in it. So I got a big mound of dirt. All this dirt is going to be coming up to the house to cover the foundation. So all this dirt's going to have to be moved again. And I don't know how many times these guys have moved dirt, but they are like machines when it comes to moving dirt. It's quite amazing. So from the area there, what we're going to do is, people are saying, well, why don't you put the septic tank as far away from the house as possible? Well, you know, this area here, in this general area, out in this area, is this was a huge slope here. So this is a man-made thing. I don't want too much erosion going on here, and I know that the closer we go to the house, the more stable that septic tank is going to be. So that's why the decision was made to be there. People say, well, it's too close, you can smell it, so forth, because the septic tank here isn't like the ones in England or the United States or whatever, where they have leach fields and all that. That's not the way they do it here. I wanted to do it that way, but it was just impractical to actually do it that way. So it's going to be a sealed concrete box with ventilation and a place for the water to actually run out. The toilets will be the only thing coming into the septic tank. The showers will actually come out in a different pipe out into this general area here, and just dissipate into the landscape here. So the effluent gas, methane, and all that stuff that's in the box, we will come out from in here and run a pipe all the way out this way, and somewhere out here, probably as far to the edge as possible, we'll dig it down about 3 feet, which will be fine, and then it'll probably be somewhere around here, around this area here. And the pipe will actually come up. The pipe will come up on a U-bend, and there'll be one of those little twirly ventilation things that actually, when the wind sort of blows, it actually just pulls and sucks any effluent and gas stuff out into the atmosphere. So that is quite a ways from the house. So we should not be smelling anything from this septic tank. And the decision was made on its position, and that's what we're rolling with. It's just the way it is, and that's cool. We're looking forward to actually finishing this. It's a big job, this septic tank thing. You know, it's we're trying to keep our focus on the house, and we're trying to juggle a lot of balls at one time. But you see all the new coconut palms that have been placed out here, which are beautiful. There's some more. Yeah. So these grow up really quite tall and produce coconuts, which is really nice. It'll be very tropical here. In about 3 or 4 years, it's going to look totally different out here. It's all going to be green, and the trees will start growing up. And you can see even out on the areas on the outside, it's just starting to green up because we got a reasonable amount of rain last night. And you can see that the ground is actually quite wet. And it's much better. It keeps the dust down and keeps things a bit cooler. So we're going to come out here and sort of clean some of this area up. Coming to the front of the house, we got the far pillar here in, and the next one. And then we've got 3 more to do. So 3 more pillars, and then we will come in and float the verandas on the concrete. They have to set for 21 days, so these are all going to be shored up with bamboo sticks and so forth underneath, just to make sure that it does not move and it sits nice and flat for it to dry. So we've got 21 days, and you know, there's a lot of work to be done in between that. So here's the front corner of the house. Got the pillar right in there, and the new one right over here. So we'll take the boards off of that tomorrow morning, and hopefully it will dry sufficiently enough so that we don't get any cracking and stuff on the edges. So the floor is looking actually quite good, and Yeah, I'm really happy with the progress on where we are. It's slow going. We know we're not going to get the roof on by the time it rains. It's just the way it goes. We're going to have to dodge it, and we're not going to put the solid floor down on this house until until we're able to get the roof on. Okay, so we'll put boards around there and put some of the floor down in specific areas on where the pillars will be going. So there's going to be 5 pillars on the inside that actually hold the second floor up above. So we're going to need to place those flooring in on there to make sure that we get the pillars in the right position. But everything else we're just going to leave off so that we don't sort of warp it and ruin all this wood that we brought with us, because it's an expensive thing to actually fix, and if we had to buy the wood here, it would be really expensive, and we don't want to do that. So that's about it for me today. We're about to get out of here. We've got little Bo here. He's getting big boy, and he's a beautiful little thing, and we love him, just like all of our animals. So for all of us here at the Ndamoh Mannah channel, we appreciate you always being here. Remember to always subscribe and share the videos around, and like and comment and so forth. It's always appreciated. So for all of us here, thanks. We'll see you. Bye for now.